guys seeing the droop? Because it's making me sad. Okay, she's got a litter in there. Good morning, welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. It's cold again. The first part of the last video was shot 2 days ago. The low this morning was 14 degrees. I think this is a record low for our area. I'm a little bit nervous about some things, mainly things in the greenhouse. We're gonna go over there. Hi, buddy. You're gonna hear some noises. My neighbor is running around with his tractor. Levi's working on our barn extension. Just farm noises. Quite surprisingly, I'm seeing some liquid water in here with the bunnies. There is ice on top. I do have some heated water bowls in the barn for some of our doe rabbits, but I really like using these like rubber water bowls pretty much year round. In the summertime, it gives them a really great drink of water instead of just trying to get what they can out of those bottle nipples. And in the winter time, the rabbits actually lick the surface. And oftentimes when they lick the top of the ice, they'll essentially dig a hole down into the liquid water below and they can access water even when we're not able to come out here and give them fresh water like in the middle of the night. But we do come out and give them fresh water twice a day when we are not coming up above freezing. Thankfully, at some point today, we are going to come up above freezing, which is normal. Our normal winters are not bad at all. We'll be above freezing during the day and below freezing at night for a few months, a couple months. Even still, we do have some heated waterers about. Are you going to show us how it works? Looks like the ducks have been over here. It's kind of dark. We are blessed to have electricity in our chicken coop, so the chickens and ducks have water. I went in there looking for eggs, but there are none yet. It's something we have to think about, getting eggs kind of frequently when it's freezing outside so that the eggs don't freeze. It's really not a big deal if the eggs freeze. Usually if they freeze and they crack, I'll just stick them in the refrigerator and I'll still use them. But ordinarily, we do not have to have our eggs refrigerated because we don't wash them. I think yesterday it didn't come above freezing at all. The high was somewhere in the mid-20s, but because this water trough and a couple others that we have are in the sun, it doesn't take very long for the ice that forms overnight to kind of separate itself or melt along the sides, and I could just take out that big disc of ice, refill the vessel, and then it's generally fine until the next morning. These freeze-free hydrants were really the best infrastructure investment that we ever made on this farm. If you can afford to put some in, that's the first thing I would suggest people do. Having liquid water at as many places as you can all year round is so valuable. So I was doing some Googling because I was noticing a thing that I really didn't like. I was noticing that in here, my frost tolerant vegetables were looking like the frost and freeze had really started to impact them. You guys seeing the droop? You can see the ice. We've still got ice crystals on that. They're not dead, so if they were dead, they would be like black. All these leaves were happily pointed upward just a couple of days ago. But last night got really, really cold. It was 17 degrees by, I think, 10 p.m. Whenever I went to bed last night, it was 17 degrees and it got down to 14. So it was a very, very cold for many hours yesterday. So even though it was sunny and the greenhouse will build up heat during the day, it can lose it pretty quickly at night, especially if it's that cold. Right now, it's almost 50 degrees in here. They should perk back up, though I don't like this at all. See this pumpkin? This might be signs that that pumpkin needs to get processed or fed to the chickens soon. We did have some questions about the pumpkins being out in freezing temps. We'll probably be able to tell what's going on with the pumpkins more a little bit later. No. There are these darker spots though. That gives me a little bit of concern. I think I'll plan to process a couple pumpkins this weekend. Look at the kohlrabi laying over. I'm gonna try not to spend too much time in here because it's making me sad. It's things like this that make me wonder a little bit if maybe sometimes a greenhouse can provide a little bit too much protection. If maybe during some of the cooler nights, if I should have left the sides open and allowed these plants a little bit more exposure to cool air. I don't know, but we are heating up again, as happens. Today is Friday that I'm filming this. Monday we have highs in the 60s and the lows are probably not freezing. It's really crazy. This is why it's really hard to grow cool weather things here. But darn it, we shall try. And no, I haven't cleaned this out yet. Hopefully it doesn't sit there all winter, but I can't make any promises. How are you doing, Fluff Monster? He's not cold at all, huh? I have retrieved an offering for Chloe.
It is too cold for this.
I know. This side of the barn never sees the sun. It's one of the reasons I wanted to put the rabbits over here, because they can handle the cold a lot better than they can handle the heat. So the metal that's going on this barn extension, I think we ordered bone white. Mama's goat's out enjoying the sun. You guys don't look cold at all. I gotta get Chloe's water freed up and then I'll give you guys some more hay, okay? Making sure the goats have constant access to hay is good to begin with, but especially when it's cold. Keeps that rumen going and keeps their body warm. Morning, handsome. Here comes another stinky boy. Yeah. These are some of the heated water bottles that we have. Are you going to give birth soon, Jumper? I hope so. The girls have a tank heater in their trough, so that always stays liquid. Hi, Win. Yeah, bye. Oh, how are you guys? Everyone looks warm. This little dude, Jupiter, for the longest time, he was all hunchy on cold days, but he looks like he's adjusted. They've all got their nice woolly coats. Yeah, he's not super cold anymore. These guys have a freeze-free water hydrant here too. Okay. This here is a particularly long hose. Yeah, and I don't think it's actually working. I might have to wait until a little bit later. It's still pretty early in the morning right now in order to run the water. I want to get some shorter versions of this metal hose. I really like it because the goats can't destroy it, but also a lot like with those water troughs. This is the south side and the sun beating down on it really heats it up, and I can use it a lot sooner than I can use a rubber hose that kind of insulates against the heat. But they've got plenty of water for now anyway. Oh, you guys look really good. You do. They said we'd look better with some hay in our hay feeder. Here's Jumper. I know that I took video of her being bred, and I didn't actually write down the day, which is unusual for me. So I just gave her the nest box potentially a little bit early, but I'd like to do what's called palpating. I haven't done a lot of it on video because I'm not that good at it, but this last time, she's not gonna like that. No. This last time that I palpated, I feel like I could really tell who was bred and who wasn't, so I'm going to show you what I did. And you see me covering her eyes. That's because she is a skittish rabbit. She's named Jumper because I think it was her first time having babies. Sometime last year, I gave her her nest box, and just me putting that in there made her spaz out, and she flipped out and flew right out of the cage, jumped right out onto the ground, and I kind of had to chase her around and put her back in. So she's a little skittish, but I'm just gonna be cupping underneath of her body and kind of feeling around, obviously towards her back legs, where her uterus is. They have a bicornate uterus, so it's got 2 separate horns. Yeah. And I'm feeling things that feel pretty big. They're not hard, but it's clearly, number one, not an organ. The kidneys on a rabbit are about like yay big on full-grown rabbits, and obviously their poo pellets are a lot smaller. These are about, they feel about the size of an egg, and there are a few of them in there. Okay, she's got a litter in there. That's good. I'll have to go back and look at my video and see if I can guess about her due date, but very soon. They're only pregnant for about 31 days. I better put you back. I hear that truck coming. That'll scare you for sure. Levi's off to get more hay for me. So let's go warm up, shall we? Got coffee today. I know there's quite a few of you that say you drink coffee while watching my videos. Cheers. Today I have my coffee as well. Here's my advent calendar. We've been working on this. Right now we're working on makeup days, so I'm ruining this poor box. I did it as it looked like they said to do it, and mine's not really looking too much like a candy cane, but this is supposed to be a candy cane. I kind of wonder if it would have been better to felt up the white part first and then wrap around the red. It seems like it just wants to untwist, but that's what they said to do. Day 6. This one looks mildly better. It is a star. Keep dropping these little things. It's a little present. With a bow. That one's cute. I like that one. Well, that's all I've got for you guys today. It's going to be a yo-yo December, as is usual here, which is kind of unfortunate. But wherever you guys are, I hope you are staying warm. I'll see you guys again soon.